What's good, YouTube? This is Austin Sweet here from This Real Life Dakota and Austin coming at you again with another video for you guys today. And like I said, don't mind the background noise. It is Tombstone, the history of The Undertaker. Anyways, I am here with another top 10 for you guys today, but excuse me, I'm going to shorten it to a top 5 because there's actually no way that I could get this out in time. So we are narrowing it down to a top 5 today. And today, we are going to be doing my top 5 favorite horror movies of all time. Alright? Now, we're not going to be focusing on modern day horror. We'll do modern day horror another video. This is just a list of my top 5 favorite horror movies of all time. So, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I don't have a list, but I do know my 5 off the top of my head. So, coming in at number 5 this is going to be a controversial one, but I'm putting Halloween from 1978 on this list. I think it's just a brilliant movie, directed by John Carpenter. The acting, I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis surviving the whole movie and being in the second one. Just crazy stuff. I'd really recommend Halloween. I don't have it in my horror collection, but I will eventually get it. So, yes, coming in at number 5, Halloween from 1978. Coming in at number 4 is Stephen King's It from 1990. Just a brilliant film. I mean, the two halves of the movie is just absolutely genius, especially when they're adults. The fortune cookie scene, if you know it. Ugh, God. Creepy stuff, man. Just creepy, creepy, creepy. Coming in at number 3 is a movie that I recently watched on Tubi TV, and that would be Hellraiser. Now, I don't know what year Hellraiser came out, so let me know in the comments below what year Hellraiser came out, but let me just go and say Clive Barker is probably one of the best movie directors that I've seen direct a horror movie. Probably the best one to do it. Hellraiser, man, totally disturbing. Probably one of the most disturbing movies I've seen in a long time. I mean, Pinhead, the Cenobites, and all that, the puzzle box, absolutely amazing. So go check out Hellraiser if you haven't. All right, we're coming down to the last two spots. You guys should obviously know what number 1 is, but if you don't, we're gonna get to it. Coming in at number 2, this was a tie between the number 1 and this movie, but at number 2, I am going with The Shining from 1980. Wow, that's all I gotta say is wow. The Shining from 1980, mind-blowing. I think after like 1 or 2 watches, you kind of know what's going to happen, but it's still worth watching. I mean, Jack Nicholson gives it the performance of a lifetime. The other co-stars in the movie, absolutely amazing stuff. So I'd highly recommend The Shining. And before I go to my number 1 pick, yes, my phone is sideways, so if you look over here, this is where the camera is. Okay, right over here. So, people are wondering, what is it? What is my number 1 favorite horror movie of all time? Because I did mention some pretty popular titles. You guys should know what it is. I just recently reviewed the 3 movies that I like. At number 1 of my favorite horror movies of all time is definitely, this is one of the best horror films ever made. I'm done stalling long enough. But number 1 is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974. You guys should have seen this coming. I have the DVD finally. Just one of the most brilliant movies ever made. I mean, congratulations to Tobe Hooper, God rest his soul. He made just an absolutely perfect horror film. Now, with this movie, I think this movie is... Now, with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, is 100% perfect. There's not a single dud in the whole movie. There's not a single dull moment. The cast is amazing. The kills is awesome. There's not much violence in it, which is good to see. And with Franklin getting chainsawed by Leatherface, who's played by the late Gunnar Hansen, just absolute perfection. This, in my opinion, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, is the perfect horror film. I think later on down the road, I'll do a video explaining like why the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a perfect film. But as far as the rest of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies go, I think the franchise is pretty poor. We'll discuss more about that later on. I don't have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and like I said in the one video, I never will. But yeah, number 1 is definitely the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974. And that'll do it for this video, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please blaze it with a thumbs up, leave your feedback in the comments, share this video on social media, and above all else, subscribe, shatter the bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video. Be sure you follow my social networks, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Discord, Mob Crush. Check out my podcast, anchor.fm/offthechain. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.